Hey, so remember when I said back in Hawkman issue 6 that I was talking about Hawkman? Well, pretty much the title of the comic book is The Death of Hawkman. So we find our hero living on his planet, Thanagar, and we're being told of his story through somebody else's eyes, which is the one of Adam Strange, who, if you don't know, Adam Strange is from planet Earth, and he's a scientist, and he created a beam, the Zeta beam, that transfers from Earth to planet Rand, which he discovered. I believe if you watch Young Justice season 2, about like mid-season, probably just the beginning of that season, you see what planet these guys travel to. Anyway, back to the death of Hawkman. So there is a common enemy that is playing in the shadows of, pretty much started a war between Thanagar and the planet Rand, who these two have worked so hard together to not fight anymore, to just have somebody just pretty much start up the war. Now, I'm not giving that person's name, so I don't want to spoil it for you, but this is a 6-issue series that is amazing. Like, I think it takes place before DC Rebirth, which came out, this story, the first issue came out around the same time DC Rebirth started, so like it just gives you a different background, and I think it's pretty much setting up for different things. Now, obviously, the only spoilers that I gave you was the name of the title, which is Death of Hawkman. So we do see that he does die, but like I said, I think it takes place before DC Rebirth. And this, like I said, was an amazing comic book. It's only 6 issues, so altogether you would probably be paying $23.94 plus tax. But like I said, this is only six issues, and the 6th issue came out, I want to say around May. Not May, that's too soon. Around April. And so yeah, so the trade back will be coming out eventually, and the artwork is amazing. The storytelling is definitely amazing because it just sets up for many things. Now, as you might or may not know, if you live in the world of comic books, you die, but do you really stay dead for long? It doesn't matter, because we'll soon find out, because at the end of the story arc, it says this isn't the end. Stay tuned. Just like they said for Captain Atom, this isn't the end. Stay tuned. So that means they'll always be bringing something. They'll always be coming back. So Carter Hall is dead for now, but might come back a little bit later in DC Rebirth. We still have comics that aren't out yet, that some of these heroes just are seemingly not there anymore. So who knows? He might come back, and the storytelling for that will be amazing. Okay, so definitely give The Death of Hawkman a read. You guys will not be disappointed. The storyline is so good. But up next, we'll be moving over to Marvel. Silk is one of my favorite Spider-Verse people. Real quick, Cindy Moon was bitten by the same spider that bit Peter Parker before the spider died. It bit her and she got powers as well, but her powers are just a little bit more different from Peter's powers. You can find out her renewed origin in the Amazing Spider-Man Spider-Verse. Her series didn't last long before the Secret Wars storyline that happened, so pretty much it was left down to two universes. You had the 616, which is pretty much just Marvel, and then you had the Ultimate Universe, which also was Marvel, but like different stories. Pretty much, if you've seen the new Spider-Man movie that just came out, they kind of reference what's going on in the Ultimate Universe versus the main story, the main universe for 616, which is, to best explain, 616 is our reality. So yeah, and the Ultimate Universe is a different reality. Anyway, so that happened, and we had Marvel Now. And when you pretty much start over or reboot your comics, as you guessed, Silk got rebooted too, and she had 19 issues. Her stories series wasn't as long as most people would hope, but you know, I guess she just wasn't doing this that well. Her story to me was really nice because before, in the crossover with the Spider-Verse, we find out there's a secret person, who was bitten by the same spider that bit Peter Parker. She had powers, but where was she this whole time? Peter was out there roaming about, saving people and losing people that he cared about. She was locked up somewhere where if you go pick up her comic book, go to your local comic book store and say, hey, look, I'm trying to read Silk, but I want to know her origin. So hopefully they'll be able to get you that comic book, comic book run. She's been away from her family, and she's been trying to find her family. So within this new story arc or story series that she has, she's able to find her family. It's a very touch-warming comic book that just wasn't getting any shine, apparently because everybody wasn't buying her comic books as much as I would have hoped some people would. It's always nice to always read a different character that you're used to. So we're used to Peter Parker, and we're used to that Spider-Man, but now we have Miles Morales, so we have a different Spider-Man. We have Spider-Gwen. We have, the Gwen Stacy survived and Peter Parker died, so to have somebody who's in the same universe as Peter Parker, was bitten by the same spider as Peter Parker, and has a little bit more power than Peter Parker. It's just amazing. So I don't really have a price issue. You pretty much can pick up, this 19 issues, 1 through 6. That would be a trade back. So you can just wait for the trade to come out. And trades normally cost you about $17.99. It's Marvel, so it might be $17.99. But don't quote me on that. It will be in its teens, and you'll be able to pick up the trade back, which would have issues 1 through 6 in it, or sometimes it might be issues 1 through 12 in it. It might be, so that's sometimes how trade backs work. But definitely give Silk a read, especially if you like Peter Parker, but you want to know somebody who's in the same universe as him, but had their own secret, had their own background. An amazing comic book, and hopefully the way that Marvel is going in with the whole Secret Empire, that after when they reboot it for the 100th time, that Silk will come back. So definitely go to your local comic book store, ask the store clerk if you can, if he has any Silk comic books, and he should, or they should, or they can order it for you. So definitely pick that up. Now up next, we're gonna go back over to DC. We got a classic for you. Kingdom Come, written by Mark Waid and drawn by Alex Ross. They are telling of the story of an old universe than what we're used to, and we find our heroes old-fashioned Superman alone, Batman broken, and Wonder Woman rejected, and many more, leaving the world at the mercy of the young generation who don't care about any productions. They literally wiped out one city. That brings our heroes out of retirement. This is a classic book. It's a trade, pretty much like a one-shot that spreads out into like other stories. Pretty much it takes place in the, I want to say, the year 2000, from the 1950s. And oh my goodness, this is an amazing book. The artwork looks so real, and the story as well makes you think what could actually happen to our modern day heroes. Now, this comic book is, or this trade actually, is $17.99 plus tax. If you want to know about our iconic heroes, Kingdom Come, this is the book, the comic book for you to go out into stores to buy. Now, obviously, there's a lot of things that are different than what we're used to, but you will not be lost. And once you read this, you'll feel at one. This is like a beginning and pretty much a montage or a shout out to the original heroes and what they could have, or what actually could happen, versus always rebooting and telling new stories. But this one sticks from when Batman and Superman first came into the comic book world, or into the world actually. So yeah, definitely pick this up. It won't waste your time. Definitely gotta give this a look at. So hopefully you go to your comic book store and they got it. If not, you can always ask them as usual to, hey, I'm looking for this particular comic book. Can you order it? You don't have it? I've been looking for it. Hook me up. Alright, now you about to see this ugly mug yet again. Okay, so pretty much what Marvel's doing, they're doing this whole new generation that is something like the reboot of like DC did for the New 52, and people didn't like New 52 because the original characters that they grew up and knew and loved just weren't there, so they decided to come up with the Rebirth, and Rebirth is doing amazing. So Marvel decided that that's what they want to do. They want to bring back the older characters. If I was to walk up to you and say, man, the Hulk is amazing, you're like, yeah, Bruce Banner's okay. And I stop you short and say, no, Bruce Banner's dead. And you're like, what? I said, yeah, Bruce Banner died in like Civil War 2. So now there's like 2 new Hulks, totally awesome Hulk, Adamas Cho, and then you got Bruce Banner's cousin who's the Hulk. And you'd be lost in your views. So what Marvel decided to do, they decided to bring back the old characters, give us back Bruce Banner, give us back the Wolverine, not Old Man Logan, but the Wolverine. And so pretty much I say give it a shot, give it a look. A lot of people don't like it, especially around this time, because they still got the Secret Empire that's still going on. So there's a lot of comic books that Marvel will be producing out, and they're talking about August that they're going to start this new storyline run. But if you're new to comic books, it wouldn't hurt to go pick them up. If you go to your local comic book store, you can find this comic book in there. It's free. As you see, it's free. And it's a spotlight. Pretty much, it has sneak previews of what's going on inside the comic book. And I say give it a good read. It wouldn't hurt to look, and it wouldn't hurt to give it a try. So this way, if you're, like I said, just now getting into comic books, you can probably pick up 2 comic books from DC, 4 comic books from Marvel, 2 comic books from Valiant, 3 comic books from Boom, or whoever it is. And it's okay because it's what you want to spend, it's what you want to pick from. You don't have to buy all these comic books. It's not your job to do that. You want to go and get what you want to read. And if these comics, if these stories stick out to you, I definitely would give it a try. It wouldn't hurt, right? You can't judge the book by its cover, although some people have. So we got to talk about the death of Hawkman. What an amazing story. You definitely should go to the comic store and go pick this up. It might have something to do with the whole DC Batman metal thing. So definitely make sure you go to the comic store and you ask about this, because it might tie in. It did say that he's coming back. We also got to talk about Silk and how she was bitten by the same radioactive spider, and it's just as bitter, every funny as Spider-Man was, and her story to get her family back is so touching. Trade backs of this comic book is already out, so you don't have to pick up issue for issue. So definitely go to the comic book store and go pick this one up as well. Then we got to talk about Kingdom Come, an amazing graphic comic book written by Mark Waid, drawn by Alex Ross. Alex Ross even have his own comic book about how he draws. So definitely go pick it up. It's a comic book for you. Don't forget, July 30th, there is a My Little Pony Friendship Day, so make sure you bring baby girl. As always, I'm from Kev, you from you. Let's stay in tune.